What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jiu-Jitsu Radio. I'm pointing at the TV.
I thought you were pointing at me.
See, look. TV, you. TV, you. That's the difference. This is me. This is TV. This is you.
This is me. This is you.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is me. This is me. This is you.
Right.
Me, you.
Me,
you.
you. Make the switch. Can you make that switch?
What switch?
Quick. Go thumb. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us today. Before we get the podcast started, we want to give a big shout out to all of our supporters. And if you're new to the podcast, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little notification bell over there, ding dong. Click the ding dong. Not that ding dong, the ding dong. So you get the notifications every time we drop some new content or a new episode, or we do another live stream.
Which we kind of did tonight on accident.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a dick about it, yeah. Listen, we've been having a blast putting out tons of new content every week for you guys, so we want to make sure you are following us on the journey. So why don't you go ahead and check us out on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere. Basically anywhere you can get your podcast, we're on there. Share with your friends. Hit us up. You can follow Shawn at Gorilla Boy BJJ. You can follow me at Sunder Marketing. And you can just follow us together at Jiu-Jitsu Radio on Instagram. And don't forget to check out the website, jiu-jitsuradio.com. Now, we had a blast this past weekend. We're going to talk about it on the episode. We just want to make sure that you know we love our sponsors. So check out Choke Aloha, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co., and Giraffe Choke. If you go down to the description below, you get all these cool promo codes that get you the hookup, that homie hookup, 10%, and then some. So if you support them, you support us. Don't forget to check out our merch store, too. We got some shirts and stuff that everyone keeps on digging. We're going to be working on a little collab on some apparel soon. I forgot to tell you that.
You did forget to tell me.
So now you know, and knowing's half the battle. New episode starts now.
Ding.
You kidding me, Bob?
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
Back in the studio. Cheers. With your big gulp.
Slancha.
The super big gulp.
Skull.
I missed that bar. That was a fun bar. Slancha?
What bar? Slancha?
Yeah.
Still around, I think.
Oh,
No, not Slancha. What's it called? Still around. Brogue. Downtown Lake Worth.
Yeah. No, Slancha's
But it's not.
been
It's
closed
not
for years.
the Brogue anymore. It's like Australian Brogue or something. Like it's got a different name.
Really? No, Slancha was an awesome place.
It was a beautiful place.
I think what happened was, like, when it first opened up, it was super duper popular, so it was always packed and they had bands, and then it slowly started to deteriorate and became like the alcoholics bar. So, like, I mean, I can't think of how many times I sat outside and watched cars smash into each other in the parking lot. And then I think they got busted for underage drinking. Like, they were like just giving out underage drinking.
It's not good.
Man, and St. Patty's Day, it would like the MO would be go down to Atlantic Ave, drink the whole day, then Uber or take a ride all the way over to Slancha and finish the day there.
Slancha was weird because they had really cool, like, decorative stuff.
Yeah.
But they also had, like, really cheap stuff, too. Like certain things were, like, so awesome. Like, so awesomely
I
authentic.
like the whiskey barrel, like, tables in the front.
Yeah, and, like, the glass bottle wall.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But then there was stuff that was so weird.
I get a phone call from Gilbert Burns.
See
Let me answer him real quick. Mr. Burns, we're live on the podcast. What's happening? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, I could throw you on the podcast, but I didn't know if you wanted to call up and curse me out or nothing. I mean, if you want, I'll put you up on speaker. All right. Yeah, you're live now, Mr. Burns.
Just calling you, letting you know that September 14th. Not this supposed to be this Sunday, but this Monday, this upcoming Monday. But I remember it's a Labor Day.
Yeah.
So on the next Monday, we're starting the BJJ Burns BJJ STFU MMA.
Nice, man.
Welcome to come. Yep, we're starting.
Congratulations. I know that's been like a plan of yours for some time that you've been working on.
Yeah, we've been working on hard, and then the COVID came, and they kind of stopped for a little bit, and then I just got good meetings with the guys from CF4 today, and everything went good, and we're starting I think a couple more days, less than 2 weeks we start.
Nice, man. I'll be there. You can count me in. I'll be there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be geek class 6:30 to 7:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday beginners, and a 7:30 to 8:30 advanced class. So we started right now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and as soon as we're going to the next phase that hopefully very soon with the COVID, we starting everyday class. But as of right now, that's how we're gonna start it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, man. Count me in. I'll be there. Come check it out. I'll let me go do the podcast, but I'll hit you up either tonight when we're done or tomorrow and get some more details and see what's up.
Right. Yeah. Sounds good, brother.
Awesome, brother. Tell Bruna that she can eat food now.
I will.
All right, man. I'll catch you later. Bye. That's a good way to start the podcast. Breaking news.
I missed the breaking news.
So the breaking news is that they're going to be starting Burns BJJ out of Sanford MMA.
Really?
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, Gilbert has been wanting to have his own academy for quite some time now. Him and I talked about this like years and years ago. Like, obviously that would be his goal. So he was always plotting and, trying to set himself up financially to take the next step, So now the fact that he's going to be doing jiu-jitsu out of the professional MMA gym too. So that's a huge opportunity for people that want to start jiu-jitsu, but also for people that want to really get into an MMA
I don't
career.
know where the new Sanford MMA...
Deerfield? I don't know exactly what street. I can't tell you, but I know it's in Deerfield. It's very... Henry Hoof makes sure that it is very much a private spot for them to train and not a kind of willy-nilly anybody can come in. And even with this, so the fact that he even is doing this means that they probably have a very good setup to where it's secluded from the pros, and he's going to have like a pro section too.
Well, I doubt the pros are training that late.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I mean, we've got pros that come in.
Right. But what I'm saying is, they're probably at that time they're done with their last practice.
Oh, they're done by like 2.
Yeah. So like anybody that comes in after that is like getting individual instruction or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the main classes, those are done by then, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's no big whoop.
No big whoop. Want to fight about it? So yeah, congratulations to Gilbert. So the 14th, I guess you said. So breaking news, you're not gonna get that anywhere else but here. Speaking of Burns, BJJ, did I just break something?
No, it just.
Did you see that flash?
Yeah,
that
I did
creepy.
see it.
Oh man, I got that powder power.
Shout out to Shawn Patrick Flannery.
Shout out. Yeah, how crazy was that event this weekend?
So fun.
I had a blast. I was exhausted. I don't know about you. I was exhausted.
Today I was telling my guys about the I don't even know how to explain it. I guess the slide slap of doom.
Oh, the drop knee slap.
It's so like, good. Dude, that is how you.
Did you see Yap tagged us in his photo about putting the mustard on it?
But yeah, it's like that was a beautiful like strategy, but not like an interpretation of the rules. Yeah. And I told my guys, I said, this is why it's important to understand the rules of the game you're playing or the sport you're in.
You know, what's funny though is I forget where I saw it, but I did see that before in a different format, which was it was a guard puller. It just sat there. So when you're stuck in that position of just sitting down, looking up at your opponent, bam, they would get that first shot in.
Yeah,
but this was an aggressive attack. So it's what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you're first, I guess attack. I can't think of it.
Initial salvo? I don't know.
Initial salvo? No. It was an aggressive. It was the being the aggressor. It was a good tactic to be the aggressor. So even if you got into the overtime, during regular time, you were putting in more of the action, especially when it comes to combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and it was so powerful because it had that moment, that overhand, like it was like hitting somebody with an overhand right, but it's a slap.
It's almost like coming in for like a slip, drop down to like a hook, because he's just coming in. Wow.
And I'm wondering, could you do that with a punch, and would it be powerful enough to kind of knock somebody loopy?
Like in an MMA fight?
Yeah.
I mean, for sure you could.
Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? You know that one capoeira kick?
Which
where
one?
Where you kind of do like a it's all on your hands are on the ground, and there's like a fling of the one foot.
I mean, there's a couple of them. You could do
but it's the one that they use to be one of the most powerful. It's the one that won the most powerful kick.
That is it's almost
Fight Science.
It's almost like a mea lua, which is like half moon. So that one, that's the one you always see where like even Connor does it, where he like turns, he puts his hand on the mat, and it's a spinning heel kick. But then they do the other one, which is, it's basically just like a roundhouse kick.
Yeah,
but you spring down to pop up, so you're actually getting the full force. And the guy that you're talking about, I want to say was Lateef Crowder.
He was a big black dude with dreads.
Yeah, he trains up in Orlando. I've trained with him a couple of times. He's legit, but he's also he also does like stunt work. I think he was in like an Ong Bak movie. But he's like, that kick is legit.
Right. But that's what that punch or that slap reminded me of.
I can see why, because of the tactic of it. But he didn't spring. It kind of like he just dropped to get the 3 points of contact for the slap. But if he would have ducked down to come up while keeping the 3 points.
But he used that duck
to bring the
momentum
overhand.
Of the duck to bring the overhand. So it was like,
it's a good change of angles, because you're so busy looking down thinking that it's going to be a double leg.
It landed every time he threw it. Yeah. That's what makes it so weird.
Well, it makes sense.
It makes sense. Because you're focused on, oh, shit, I got to sprawl or I got to get out of the way. And you're not thinking about that.
Yeah, that slap. Because you're looking down. Everything is
down.
looking down. And it's funny. I think he's got to finish working on the follow-through, because he would drop, slap, go for the takedown, get the takedown, but then he would get reversed. Because he got reversed twice.
Yeah, but I don't know if he did that off the actual slap.
Yeah. The first one he didn't, and then we're gonna actually make a highlight reel. But I want to say the second and like third or fourth one, he went for the slap to the takedown.
And I was telling Calvin and Jacob, I was like, dude, we had the whole event stopped for a second. It was like,
oh, that's when the crowd
is
went
that
absolutely
legal?
Nuts.
Is that legal?
Well, they stopped. They're like, you can't do that. Like, you
yes,
sure
you can. You can do that. That's 3 points of contact.
Listen, when even the CJJ, like the EBI CJJ champion, stops to be like, are you allowed to do that? Or like Professor Marcelo Cohen, he was like, yeah, you can do that, man. It's legit. He had 3 points. So, and I don't think it was really him arguing. It was the fact that so many people were arguing that he had to stop and say, like, no, it's legit.
And I don't even know if anybody was arguing. I think everybody was just like,
no, it was
everybody was like, is that legal?
Yeah.
Like, everybody was just questioning.
Listen, man.
Because it was
shout out to, was it Chris? Who was it? I forget his name. I thought it was Chris.
No. Chris
Not
Crawford.
Chris Crawford. It was like Chris Daniels or something Daniels.
Maybe, yeah.
Daniels, right? I'll have to go back and look at it. I don't have the sheet with me anymore. But either way, that was a great match. And then the thing that I was talking about the whole next day was that either Yuri against Danny Collazo or Yuri against Chris Dempsey. Because that, what'd you call it? The Rings of Saturn?
Rings of Saturn.
Right? The Rings of Saturn, or I still say it was like full Nelson mixed with a crucifix.
Yeah, but you do the full Nelson from the back.
That's
what
I'm
makes
saying.
That's what makes it weird. Like I don't know if I don't know if I can find a picture of the Rings of Saturn. Maybe
Let me see if I can pull it up. Rings of Saturn.
WWE. Yeah, dude. Put WWE.
Oh my gosh, I can't type in this angle.
I forgot we got the computer.
Yeah. Neville, Rings of Saturn in red. So I can't
do an image. Go to images.
Yeah, let me see. Because I don't want to pull the video up. Let me pull this up. If I can bring this up. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Come on, Reddit. You're killing me. No, it's doing the video. Let's do... I just want to see the image, guys. Come on. Maybe this one? No, you can't see it really there. That's not it. I think you may be incorrect. I don't think it was the Rings of Saturn.
That's not right. No.
There's this one. That's
not it.
Let's see. Let me do the video, and I'll do just a still shot of it. So that should work, right? Neville, Rings of Saturn.
No, do Perry Saturn, Rings of Saturn, because Neville didn't really. Yeah, that's not it.
All right. So would you say Perry?
Yeah.
Perry, Rings of Saturn, WWE. Perry, Saturn, finish it. Rings of Saturn. Let me see. Maybe. Let's see if this one will be it. It doesn't look like it.
That's not it.
He's tapping to it, whatever it is. You might. No, it's kind of like
That's not it. That's not it. That's not the
Well, you know what, buddy? You need to sit there and figure it out then, because that's what's coming up when I type in Rings of Saturn. So, I think...
The other... other thing would be cattle mutilation. Put in this.
This one?
No, put in cattle mutilation, Bryan Danielson.
That's what they call the Rings of Saturn.
Yeah, no. Do cattle mutilation.
Cattle mutilation?
Mm-hmm. Bryan Danielson.
I don't know if this is going to be YouTube appropriate. Daniel Bryan puts The Miz in his cattle mutilation submission. Let's see. That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it. Keep going. That's not Bryan Danielson. There it is.
I guess
that's similar. That's similar to it.
Kind of. Let me see. I'll put it up on the big screen. If I can get this to blow up. I forgot for a second Petey was here. I guess that kind of looks like it.
A little bit.
Maybe.
But from the front.
Like in reverse. Yeah, in
from
reverse.
The front.
So, yeah, I'll give you a half a point. I'll give you a half a point for that comparison. I wonder, like, because technically it's our video, so I can't pull it up. So maybe I can try and pull it up, and we can look at it. So I'll have to check it as we continue. Yeah, but to me, those were like the best moments throughout the matches and stuff. Just because of the severity of the submission attempt, and just really seeing. There we go. So here's the submission.
That's not the one he tapped to.
No, this is the submission though that we're talking about.
Yeah.
In comparison, so you see that he had. That's why I was saying it's like. So it's like a full Nelson, right? Because he has double under to push the head forward, and then.
So like if Dempsey got on his head and did like a bridge, it would be cattle mutilation.
Right. So man, the fact that Yuri held on, let's play
Dude,
this.
That was like that was the worst neck crank I've ever seen.
Yeah, and then like there was a pop. There was definitely a pop on that one. And when I went to go and talk to Yuri afterwards, I'm like, you know you're gonna feel that tomorrow. He's like, yeah, man, I'm feeling it now. And he went like this to show me his neck, and it was just swollen. It was already like swollen.
Yeah, and look at now he's going. Now Dempsey went for a cravat on him.
Yeah,
like that prying cravat. It's like,
you know what though? Like I give Chris Dempsey credit, man, for being like a UFC veteran and stuff. And I was sitting there and just looking like, man, there's a lot of submissions that he went for.
I didn't know he was fighting.
Yeah,
the UFC.
he was in the UFC. That's why the name might have sounded familiar, because he fought in the UFC. I'll tell you right now. So that's why you don't recognize him, because he had short hair when he was in the UFC. So I'll tell you, I don't think he was in there for long. UFC, how many fights did he have? He had 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in the UFC against Ilir Latifi, Eddie Gordon, Jonathan Wilson, and Scott Ashcombe. So the Ilir Latifi fight definitely did not go his way, because he lost by knockout in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. But I mean, he's got legit submissions, man, and he kept on going for the Japanese necktie.
What weight does he fight?
The last fight he had was 2017, and that was for Bellator. And let me see, what's his weight class?
205?
Light heavyweight and middleweight. So I'm assuming he was at light heavyweight. He was definitely, he definitely wasn't a light heavyweight there. He had to be 220. He did tell me, no, he said
like 250. He looked more like 215.
I think I want to say he said like 205, 210.
Yeah.
He said that was his weight that day, which still, I'm like, that's a dense man right there. So, yeah, that was good. I think my highlight still is watching Chris Crawford getting double leg blasted by Mike Bruno because he was too busy looking at the clock. Like, I hate to say it, but I don't know why you're looking at the clock, bro. You don't look at the clock.
And what was funny is he's like, and he says he goes, I made the mistake, and like I talked to him afterwards.
But so many people do that. And like, listen, if you want to look at the clock, fine. But you better be like a good 15 feet back. You're not going to be, double leg like distance away while sitting there looking at the clock. And that's just me.
Yeah, I don't care about a clock.
I think the only time I'll sit there and look at the clock is when you know you have the dominant position.
Yes, exactly.
And you're holding on and you're like counting the time.
Like if you're in side control or mount or you got a back. And even if you have a back, though, you really don't want to.
You don't want to sit there and get tranced by that.
You could glance at it and see how much time there is.
Do you remember a time when you were competing?
Do you remember
the time? Do you remember a specific moment in time when you were competing and you looked at the clock, turned away, and looked at the clock again, like you could have sworn it already been like 4 minutes past, but it's like 5 seconds?
No.
You don't. That's never happened to you?
No, not. I don't worry about the clock at all. The only time I've ever looked at the clock was
that
at
Gonzaga match.
No, not even. Well, yeah, I did look at there because I was under side control for so long. Was in Orlando when we did the Orlando Open.
Did last year?
Last year.
And was it last year or the beginning of this year? No, last year. Last year already.
And I got the side control.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I think I was up an advantage. I think it was 0-0. I was up an advantage.
Yes, because you guys were scrambling a little bit on the lapels, and he took you down, or you were down on your back, and you were like scrambling to get up. You guys were pushing back and forth for a while.
Yeah. However it ended, I got up into side control.
Yeah.
And I looked at the clock, and I knew I was up one advantage, and I don't remember what for. And I looked at, I think we got called for stalling, or.
You got called for stalling when you guys were pushing back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think I got an advantage because he kept stalling more than me. So, however it happened, we ended up on the ground because I think I went for a takedown.
Yeah.
I went for a shot.
Yeah.
We scrambled. I ended up on top. And
I still have the video somewhere. I never got to edit it.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
And then I got into side control, and I looked up at the clock, and I saw that there was like a minute left or some time. I can't remember how much. And I'm like, well, I might as well get some points. So I went and got up to Neon Belly and made sure I got 2 more points. I was like, okay, I got that. And then I got down into side control and started looking for the
So total side note, I've been totally screwing up. And we've been live streaming instead of recording. So it's a good either way.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. It's fun, actually. Keep going.
And I got the 2 points. And then once I got the 2 points and I was up 2 points in an advantage.
Yeah.
Then I just started hunting for the submission again. And then the clock went off.
Right. So, because I remember that one, and I know I have it on video. Was it that one? No, Miami. No, I'm sorry. I take that back because I'm the one that asked the freaking question. I don't know why I forgot. When we did that Abu Dhabi or like the BJJ tour, I think it was the BJJ tour in Orlando last year. It was like my second to last match as a blue belt, and I had to go up against that judo black belt guy. And I remember I was pushing hard, and I was the last time I tried cutting weight, but I was just gassing. I was gassing so hard, and I was like holding on. I was trying really hard to keep control. And then I remember looking at the clock. I'm like, okay, cool, got it. And scramble. Things kept going, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm back on like dominant position now. Like that had to be like 2 minutes worth of time. I look, and it was like 30 seconds. It's like I was dying. I was like, no. And the problem with that tournament was when you sign up, they told you no matter what happens or how many people you have in your bracket or in your division, you have at least 2 matches. And if you only have one person, you guys are going to compete twice.
What happens if you both win one?
Then you would go for the third one. What's this guy doing? He's like scratching his butt on the box. That's funny.
No, he's just trying to stand up.
So I remember like going and just being so done afterwards. And then I remember just kept looking. We were both waiting, and I'm thinking like, oh crap, we're gonna have to go again. And I know I worked hard, but he looks pretty fresh compared. And then finally this girl came up. She's like, are you guys done? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, you guys are done. Go get your medal. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, are you telling me I don't have to go again? She's like, yeah. I was like, you sure? Because I only had one match, and it says we have to go twice. She's like, no, it's single. And I just felt this wave of just release of like stress that I'm like, oh, thank God that I only had to go. And then I gave pounds to everybody. I'll go, good match, I'm out. And I just took off. I pulled that Derek Fisher, like just take the medal and run. But
yeah, until they make them, because you don't want them to
change their minds
and
they tried too. That's the best part, is that they started looking for us again. And at that point, we had already gotten our medals. They're like, I think you guys have to go again. I'm like, nope, got my medal. Matches are done. Sorry, you messed up, buddy. We got Petey back in the house for the first time in a while. I think he hasn't been here in close to a year. He's getting a little grayer around the face. He looks almost like a Disney character.
Yeah, he's my boy.
How's he been doing?
He's been doing good. He gets these shots now.
Yeah.
And I don't know why humans can't get this, but what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to help rebuild the either rebuild the cartilage or lubricate the joints. Mm. And I had to give it to him 3 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. And then
and you don't know what it is that he was giving?
I forget what it is. I can find out. But I had to give it to him 3 weeks in a row, and now he just gets it once a month.
He's looking like he's itching to get over here. Yeah, I've never heard of something like that for like a dog. If anything, they probably are just giving them like
I know what it is.
They're probably giving them some kind of like antihistamine or whatever, or anti-inflammatory.
Nope, I'll tell you what it is.
Man.
It is.
Petey's been around for a minute, right, buddy? You got to deal with this goofball.
It is either called Galliprant or Adequan.
How do you spell that?
Adequan. Galliprant, Galliprant.
IPRINT. Galliprant dose for dogs. What is this stuff? Osteoarthritis pain relief for dogs.
And if it's not that, it's the Adequan intramuscular.
It sounds like it's more like that. How do you spell it?
ADEQUAN.
Adequan for dogs. I never heard of this. Proactively treat the disease and not just the signs of canine osteoarthritis with Adequan. How does it work? Intramuscularly to ensure it reaches the critical parts of the joint. It goes to work in the joint in about 2 hours and stays in the joint for about 3 days. And you give it to him once a week?
No, that's not it. Then we're giving him the Galliprant. And it's injected.
You don't even know what kind of drugs you're giving this.
No, I just listened to the vet. They gave me the drugs. We give him the meds.
Yeah, we've been having to do that with Zelda too lately. Like she was in pretty rough shape like a couple of weeks ago, and she was hurting months ago. She got better, and she got pancreatitis or pancreatitis. I forget what it's called, but basically like she can't eat anything that's like fatty, yeah, it's like she can't get any kind of snacks. She can't I have to fight her for the scraps. That she can't even touch the tiniest little scraps on the floor, or she'll start throwing up. So she's been in pretty rough shape. She's better now, but if let's say you dropped a piece of cheese by accident, if she does that, she's done. She could be dead by morning. So it's pretty crazy. But meanwhile, she's trying to eat everything she could find. So I had a wrapper of Klondike bar, just a chocolate Klondike bar. Finished it. I just had it off to the side, on the table.
What'd you do for it?
Nothing. But I wish I hadn't had it to begin with because it sucked. But all of a sudden, I just hear, I'm like, what the hell is she doing? Mind you, she used to chew gum. My dog chewed gum like a human being chews gum. That's what she would do. And so I'm hearing that. It's like, where does she get gum from? She hasn't done it forever. And I look, and it's the freaking Klondike bar. Do you want to die?
Klondike bar or ice cream sandwich?
Ice cream sandwich.
Yes, 100%.
Every time. You know what's an amazing ice cream sandwich?
Tell me.
That Fat Boy one. You ever had those? It's triple the size of a regular ice cream sandwich. It's definitely a fat ass people sandwich, but it's this thick, this wide. If not the M&Ms.
Well, see, I think that's too thick because what I like about most ice cream sandwiches.
Snacks.
It's got to have the right. It's like a donut, right?
Right.
A donut, a huge donut. Remember Nani's Donuts?
Yeah.
Problem with Nani's Donuts is
R.I.P.
Yeah. The problem with Nani's Donuts were they were huge.
Too much.
But there wasn't enough topping to dough ratio.
Right.
And with the sandwich you're talking about, the Fat Boy, there's too much ice cream, not enough of the chocolate.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty.
Best ice cream sandwich I've ever had was in New Jersey, on the boardwalk. It wasn't one place; there was multiple places that made it. But what they would do is they would make a fresh, hot waffle. Actually, they would make two fresh,
and
hot
then
waffles.
They wrap it around the.
Then they would take a brick. A small brick, not a big brick, but a ice cream sandwich sized brick of Neapolitan. Slap it between the two hot waffles, and then sprinkle it with powdered sugar.
So diabetes on the boardwalk?
I mean, it's no different than an ice cream sandwich.
What do you mean it's no different? It's 5 times different.
How's it different?
With the waffle, sprinkles, and all the other stuff you threw on there? Listen, a basic sheet of graham cracker chocolate, some ice cream, another graham cracker chocolate. That's all you need. That's all you need to live in life.
I never understood people that had ice cream sandwiches that started to melt.
How do you hold it that long that it melts?
How are you holding it that long that it starts melting? You need to eat that shit and eat it quick.
Yeah, I never understood that. I think to this day, the most epic ice cream I ever had was down in Argentina. Did I ever tell you this?
I got a new Argentina kid at my school.
Oh, yeah? From what part?
I didn't ask him. I don't know Argentina.
No, it was, we were in Buenos Aires, and in the mall, they come and, serve you food. It's definitely completely different than the U.S. But we went to an ice cream shop, and I ordered, probably the cone was about this size, the waffle cone itself. So they're just pouring stuff on, and next thing I know, the guy goes and he dips it in a vat of chocolate, and then it just comes out. So it was like a double cone. So when I tell you the ice cream cone was from here to here, it was cone, ice cream, chocolate like cone, like on top of that.
Do you know what I think of when I hear Buenos Aires?
What?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah. That's a classic movie. It's such a good movie.
That's where Rico and all them were from.
Yeah.
And it got destroyed in a bug
attack.
Bug attack.
Which is really poop. I can't believe there's still people that have never seen that movie. People our age that have never seen that movie.
It's funny. It's one of those movies that was campy, but campy for a reason.
But it was on purpose though. It was 100%
I thought it was
purpose.
a great. And most people who I know have seen Starship Troopers enjoy Starship Troopers.
They had a CGI like cartoon series that followed after the movie that was actually pretty good too.
Yeah, I saw one that was like a Japanese animation.
Yeah.
That was like a serious.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Speaking of which, I meant to tell you, you need to go on YouTube and look up The Wizard of Aus, or AUS. Have you seen it?
No.
You have to go and Google it. It is basically like an Australian wizard or Australian TV show where like a wizard is like, I'm done with this like fighting battles and dragons and stuff. He's like, I'm moving. So he moves to Australia in like a portal, and then he gets there and completely screws everything up. So like he stops time and space and gravity like randomly. He just screws everything up. So he's like, I'm just here. I want to be like everybody else. I don't want to like cause any problems. And then out of nowhere, his like arch nemesis shows up. He's like, oh yeah, I moved next door, buddy. He's like, by the way, I just turned all your water to snakes. Fuck you. And he's like gardening the grass. So you just see snakes come out. It's super cheesy and corny, but it's literally
Is it a cartoon or is it
no, it's live action. So it's very like Lord of the Rings meets South Park-ish kind of thing. So it's hilarious, man. But I meant to tell you to check it out.
Because I watched Sunday after I got home and Monday night, I binged both seasons of Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. I couldn't get into it. I watched.
Oh my gosh, it is my favorite show that I've seen in a while.
I watched the first 2 episodes of season 2.
Yeah, because they were free. Oh, of season 2. You got to watch. Dude, it is so nostalgic. It is so well done. If you watch it from the beginning, watch it from the give it a shot from episode 1 of season 1. Give it the first 4 episodes.
Right.
They're 30-minute episodes. So it's like it's watching one or watching those 4 will be like watching a movie or whatever.
Right.
But I was like so hooked. I loved how Johnny was like
just like an
alcoholic loser, and all because of what happened in high
because he got his ass kicked.
Dude, it was tournament. But the story is so well done because I think Daniel LaRusso's in it. And it's like watching the dichotomy of these guys navigate life as adults.
Is it me or is it weird how different he looks compared to what he used to look like?
Who, Ralph Macchio?
Yeah.
He doesn't look that much different.
He looks extremely different. Like, he definitely had a couple of facelifts to try and keep that youthful look.
No, I don't think he's ever had any facelifts. I just think...
Sure.
No.
Or he's got Botox, for sure.
No, I don't even think that. I just... Because that was his whole thing. When he did Karate Kid...
He always looked young. That was his thing.
Yeah, like when he did Karate Kid, he was playing a 14-year-old. He was almost 30.
Yeah.
So it's just... He's got a young look.
Even when he did Crossroads, he's supposed to be this college, high school kind of kid. But he's 40, you know.
But and what else did My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
You know, he looked like a young kid, but he was, he's...
You know who I did get to meet? That was as LA as you could possibly be, just Hollywood, just way too Hollywood for the lack of career. Was the original Cobra Kai sensei. I forget his name, something with an M.
Martin Cove.
Martin Cove. So I met him. I actually met him at the Karate Combat. He showed up because obviously he's karate, whatever. You got to get Martin Cove out there. This man showed up looking like he was straight from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. He had the just that marching band. He had the marching band pea coat, like jacket with like with red squared shoulders, like 30, 50 buttons on the front, and just white pants. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then I see his face. I was like, holy shit, what are you doing here?
Sensei Kreese.
I was like, bro, you might want to let it go. It's been a while since you've been out there. But I think he still has a career doing like voiceover acting and stuff.
He was in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, okay, on Netflix. Good for you. But like in the last 30 years.
Dude, Cobra Kai is the most watched show right now because they went to Netflix.
Yeah, now on Netflix. Cool, because he got picked up from a YouTube channel. That's not saying like
and
it's a new Game of Thrones. It
got a lot of fanfare on YouTube.
No, it definitely got a lot of fanfare. I'm saying it's not the new Game of Thrones or nothing.
No,
I'm not knocking it. It was just
but that's a lot of Hollywood for an old guy.
For sure. I honestly think the storyline is good to the point where it didn't deserve to be campy. But if they didn't make it campy, then I don't think it would be as popular as it is.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is they've got a weird mixture of comedy, drama, romance,
almost like 80s sitcom-ish too.
Yeah, it's like
watching Family Matters.
It's a mix of a lot of stuff, but there is some serious tones to it. Like,
whatever happened to that guy from? Was it Step by Step? Which one was it that had like the whole family? You had it was like the new version of the Brady Bunch.
Well, there was Valerie Harper.
Right? Am I thinking Step by Step? I'm
yeah,
pretty
the
sure.
one with they brought Cody at the end.
Yeah, right. Is it Step by Step? Yeah. So they had the one dude, this guy, that was like a total like dummy. He was supposed to be like
Cody,
Bill and Ted, like Bill and Ted-ish. He was in the Kickboxer movies.
Yeah.
He had his own Kickboxer movie where he was badass. He could do everything blind kind of thing. Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to that guy. Is he still alive?
I don't know, but I know what's his name. So the hunk in
the hunk. I don't know the hunk.
The hunk in 16 Candles, Jake.
Sasha Mitchell. That's what his name was.
Yeah, Sasha Mitchell.
Yeah, that dude he did an episode of NYPD Blue in 2005, and that was it. That was the end. Oh, Jesus, man. That guy really didn't do crap in his... Well, I guess that's just television.
So, the guy that played...
53.
Jake something in... I can't remember his name in 16 Candles, but he was also the best friend in Vision Quest. The one that thought he was an Indian.
Yeah.
That dude just turned 60.
Shut up.
Yeah, he quit Hollywood a long time ago to build furniture.
Hey, listen, man, more power to you.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Ford did it the other way around. He was a carpenter, then became a movie star. Now he's just going senile, trying to crash airplanes. You know, he almost crashed. Like he almost smashed.
I don't know if he broke anything in that.
He broke his He almost
broke his leg in Star Wars.
Yeah, he almost smashed into a 747 that was about to take off from LAX. He's crazy. He doesn't care. He's like, he gets on the radio, like you could hear it. You can find the audio. He's like, "What the hell is that plane doing there? Tell him to watch out." He's like, he does not give a shit. It's hilarious, man. I finally finished the Boys. I'm really looking forward. New season starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow, dude.
Like that was really, really good. I'm really.
Were you surprised at the end?
I saw the trailer. Did you watch the trailer? I just watched the trailer like an hour or so ago.
Yeah. The trailer's been out for a while.
Yeah, no, they had like a new one out where it kind of shows more of what's happening in season 2.
I don't know. I've watched a few of them, but were you surprised at the ending of season 2?
I wasn't.
Because that's not what it was in the books.
Yeah, I read that too. That they changed a lot of stuff, but
They changed a lot of stuff.
They seem like people were okay with the changes that they made.
And it's like it's almost like in.
I guess can we say spoilers on this one?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would say just watch it. Just go watch it. It's definitely worth it.
But
and I don't binge too
like
much.
Homelander in this.
Yeah, it's almost like he works his way around to. He's like everybody's been trying to screw him over, and he played everybody. So it's kind of like he's kind of not wrong. He's doing a lot of. I mean, granted, the whole terrorist thing is a little pushing it, but he's not wrong. You know what? I still gotta watch that what is it, Red Sun or whatever, the one where they make there's two. I gotta watch where Superman lands in Russia instead of the U.S. and then the one where it's like where he's evil, where he's
Brightburn?
Brightburn. That's what it is.
That was
I gotta watch
awesome.
that. There's tons of
Brightburn
movies.
was awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of movies I gotta watch. All right, let's get back into jiu-jitsu though, because there's actually some cool stuff that I did want to bring up. Most importantly, there's an event this weekend called BJJ Bet. Did you hear about it?
Something small. I did see something about it, but I didn't.
Well, you probably saw something because you went to go train at Wagner's, and he's gonna be in it. So it's a pay-per-view event. I think they're doing it in Brazil. I'm 99% sure it's in Brazil, but it's a pretty decent card, man. Like I'll tell you right now. So here's what I got, and I think we're gonna take bets because it's been a while since we've taken some bets on matches. So you got Cyborg versus Kanan Duarte, which is kind of surprising since they train together, but more power to him. That's gonna be a good match. Gregor Gracie against Isaac Bahiense. Never heard of him. Isaac, I guess. Chandra Ribeiro against Wagner Rocha, which that's going to be a good match. I'm looking forward to that one. And this is what I thought was funny. So when you go down the bracket and you see each matches, right? So it'll tell you kimono, no gi, whatever. And then it says old school. It just said old school. Vander Braga against Marco Barbosa. So it's like you guys just literally just call these people old in part of your event. And it's like kimono, no gi, old school.
What does old school mean?
It's just that. It's just old school guys that are going to compete because
like,
they're older.
So it's not, but are we doing gi or are we doing
It's
no
gi.
gi?
It's gi.
Are they going to be wearing a couple of sungas and pretend they're on the beach?
I don't know, man. But I just thought it was hilarious that it just said old school. Like randomly, old school. And who does that? What sense does that make? But it still looks like a good match. Then you got Herbert Santos against Felipe Pena, which I'm looking forward to see it. I know Felipe had a knee injury or something like that. And then Nicholas Miragali against Leandro Lowe. So altogether, that's a pretty good card. And that's like there's a bunch of matches that I didn't include in this because they were less known people.
Wagner's daughter is going to have a match, I know.
Where?
On that BJJ.
On BJJ? They might have added it because I didn't see that. Let's see, BJJBet.com is the website if you're interested in it. So check this out, right? So no gi.
Can we put this on the big board or no?
Yeah, why not? Let's do that. So here we have, let me zoom in so maybe it's a little bit more. There we go. So, yeah, so look. So you see you got fights, Nogi, Cyborg, Duarte, 95 plus kilos, Gregor Gracie, Wagner, and then old school. It's just like, okay, Marco Barbosa, so it's gonna be that's gonna be a good match. And then kimono, Herbert Santos against Felipe Pena, so it's gonna be like Pregucia. So it's, man, I think it's gonna be a good match.
You know what's funny is after we did the
this is gonna be good. Miragali against Lowe in open class, so it's like no weight cutting, just go.
What Tulio.
So I read something that somebody posted online that said that Yara Suarez could probably take on Gabby Garcia and win. I have never seen her compete, but it'd be cool to see.
Go back up, slide. So Mario Battetti when we did that. So what's cool about the old school guys is you will see stuff that you like. These guys know stuff that people
forgot about. Yeah,
and it's so simple. It's almost magical.
Yeah, but you know what? You're not gonna see it. You're gonna see it at a seminar, but you're not gonna see them do it in a tournament. What this is gonna be is it'll probably be someone pulling guard, and then it'll be a little bit of a De La Riva guard game to half guard, and that's about it. I highly doubt that they're gonna do any kind of fancy spider guard, jump guard, maybe a little bit of judo, maybe basic like trip or something like that. And that's not knocking them by any means, but again, that's just me assuming, right? And then let's see, we got Diego Pato. I don't know these guys. I don't know these guys. I definitely don't know these guys. Oh yeah, and then Felipe Porto from Fight Sports against Micah Galvao. This should be a good match. This is a good match for Felipe. Is like, I've watched Felipe compete for a good couple of years now. I think he's definitely should be a higher belt than what he is, and he puts in a lot of work.
He's a purple belt.
He needs to be like black already, but
Yeah.
I think he might have gone up to a brown.
He might be brown, but last time I saw him compete, he was purple.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I mean, I don't know anything more about this. I think it's just going to be a really good event. This dog just ripped one.
You heard that?
Yeah, this dog just beefed one in the studio. This is going to be bad. But yeah, this looked like a pretty good match, a pretty good event to me.
Where's it at? Can you show us where it's
I don't think it's I don't even say it's on pay-per-view, so I think it's going to be just pay-per-view. I don't think there's going to be any spectators to this one. So it should be pretty good for $15, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
yeah. It's so we'll see. Who knows?
I saw Ryan said they're doing their last Kumite. Are there just the last Kumite?
I think
or
no, I think it was the last Kumite in that venue in Houston. I think they're going to be moving it to Austin, and they're not going to make it as often, I think. I know that they're really pushing on doing more kids events and doing a bunch of different stuff, but I don't think it's the last Kumite ever. I doubt that. They're too good of an event for him to cut it. I think he's just trying to switch things up a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, well, I hope. Like, the way it sounded, it was like either they were shutting their doors.
No. They're doing great. They're doing awesome. So shout out to our homies over at Third Coast Grappling.
Somebody wanted a job.
Yeah. No, they're killing it. You know what was crazy this weekend though is Craig Jones lost. Craig Jones lost the makeup match for the unintended tap end of the event that he did at Submission Underground. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
I don't really know.
He had a match. I forget what the guy's name was. Forgive me.
Was this the one where he went
Yeah, that's the one where he grunted and they're like, "Oh, that's a tap." So they ran it back, and this time he lost it fair and square. But it was more on the points more than anything. Man, I wish I could find it super quick, but I can't. I also just got super duper hungry. Let me tell you right now. I mean, my apologies. I can't remember everybody's freaking name, right? So it is what it is. Where are we? Oh, man. Oh, Mason Fowler. It was against Mason Fowler, yeah. So, yeah, he won it. How about we do this? Can I throw that up there?
I don't know.
I'll throw this up there. So you see he had his back, and that one was a legit tap. And he definitely got that tap. It wasn't.
What was he tapping from?
I think it was a neck crank, kind of. So you see he had his back. He had one over. I think, yeah, it was his back. He had,
it was. It looks like he had a body triangle.
He had the body triangle, and he just overextended his back. I mean, there's only so much you could do. So, yeah, Mason Fowler definitely, oh, man. Oh.
That's a good win.
Spinal lock. And that was the boom came from whoever was recording the screen on that one.
I thought that was my dog.
No, I don't think PD has learned how to speak English just yet. I think he's got a little while to go. He's got the farts nailed down, though, that's for sure. Yeah, man. So I was stoked with King of Combat. I think there's already talks about bringing it back to December. We got BJJ Bet this weekend. People are getting ready for, is it this weekend or next weekend that the first IBJJF event is coming back in Texas? I think it's this weekend. Yeah, I think it's this weekend.
You know what we should do every week?
Write stuff down?
We should find BJJ Drama and talk about it.
Oh, I'm sure that there's tons of drama.
That's what I'm saying.
I think most of the drama, like I think Gordon just started some more drama with somebody. I think, you know what's funny is that so many people, when it comes to jiu-jitsu and drama, lots of people talk shit behind everybody else's back, but then they try to do the whole holier than thou, like, oh, we don't get involved in that. Meanwhile, you and I know from actually speaking to people that they talk the most amount of shit. It might as well be a soap opera. Jiu-jitsu might as well be a soap opera with the amount of shit that people talk behind everybody else's back. And only a handful of people really have the balls to call everybody else out.
Yeah, it's
like
I don't understand why there's so much in our sport.
What do you mean? Shit talking?
No drama. Like, it's like,
because it's like high school. You know that it's just everybody thinks everybody, like, they're better than everybody else. Like, their shit don't stink.
You know what, though, is I think because I'm kind of isolated, you know.
Oh, there's tons of people that talk shit about you.
Well, no, I'm sure.
Usually me. It's mostly just me.
But what I'm saying is like,
it's just me. I talk shit.
I don't get to hear about the drama, more or less, unless I talk to you.
Yeah.
But it's because I am so removed from like Temple is like an isolated like bubble.
It's a nice bubble.
It's not like we're not a part of the scene, if you will.
Let me rephrase how I say it, because the situations that we're in right now are super duper positive. Excel, zero drama. Temple, zero drama. I can think of like a few other places that, for me, as far as I know, that there's no drama. Everyone's going to have their own drama internally one way or another, for sure. But the places that we associate ourselves with always seem to stray away from that. I think that there's bigger schools and bigger like gyms that love to make it look like they're above everybody else, but have way more drama. And not just gym to gym, but even gym to event. Because I personally know, and I have seen text messages of academies pulling their weight by name, saying, if you don't fix this, then you'll never get anyone from our academy at your event ever again. I've seen it like firsthand. So
and at some point you just go, all right.
I mean, because you and I are the same, like, we're like, fuck you, I don't care. Like, we don't care, because it's like, okay, I'm happy for you.
There's other people that will compete.
Other people that are businessmen and women in the sport, they know that they're going to need that pull in one way or another, which I disagree with. I think there's so many people that would happily fill in that gap. And if anything, you're probably going to end up finding such talent that nobody knew existed because they don't go to some major gym, you know. There's tons of people, even who we saw like this weekend. There's people that people don't realize that are amazing, talented grapplers that have potential to be big. They just need that platform.
I'd like to talk about our drama.
What's our drama?
With other podcasts, but I don't want to give them a platform.
Oh, did you end up having a conversation?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's no drama with other podcasts, because you know what? The podcasts that we're cool with, they know that we're cool with them, and we support people all the way through. But there's other podcasts, and not to toot our horn, but we've been fucking working at this for quite some time, and we like to keep a solid connection with everyone that support us. Literally from from sponsors down to individuals that have supported the podcast. There's people that I've known specifically through the podcast that I'd like message like, hey, how's it going? That are fans of the podcast, that I didn't know them any other way. So we put in the work. We're not here for the quick buck. As much as we want to make money, we didn't make any money from doing what we did this weekend.
No.
Like, and to give you an idea, Herbert even came up to me and asked me how much would it cost to have you guys do the live streaming and stuff and the commentating for the event. I'm like, I'm not gonna charge you. Like, you're my brother. I'm not gonna charge you for that. Like, I want to see you succeed. So I'm more than happy to go in there.
You know when you can pay us? When you're making money
and more food. Did you have some of that food? No. Oh, it was so fucking good. I made sure to steal as much rice and chicken.
You didn't get any pulled pork, though, did you?
Yeah, I did.
I thought they said it was gone.
No, well, that I got it in the first break that we had. Yeah, no, I ran to that pulled pork. I know exactly where it came from. It's so good. It was PB Catering. It was so good. I do want to sit there and give a big thanks to Brian, who manned the camera the whole time. And when he could have just sat there and Kushina, and like, yeah, he definitely brought us some snack and stuff. He could have easily just showed up and hung out with everybody and not have done stuff. So a big thank you to Brian, who's also my strength and conditioning coach. So if you need a strength and conditioning coach down here, hit him up. And big congratulations to Gabe, our buddy Gabe. It was his first full-on photo gig, and
I've known that kid since he was 16.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, when he started. Well, I've known him before he started college.
Right, maybe before he started college.
Yeah,
I've known him. He was 16 at Boca ATT.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, Gabe's getting old. Sucks. He's getting super old. He's more injured than we are. He's walking around like always hurting. But actually, if you check out, I want to say like probably 99% of the photos that you see from the event on either King of Combat or Fight TV from the King of Combat tournament came from Gabe. So it's cool.
Yeah, great pictures.
Yeah, he did a good job. So he must have had a good teacher. Man, I'm really looking forward to doing that again. I think we did pretty good.
Hope so. I mean, I wish we got feedback.
Oh no, we got some feedback. A lot of people liked it. I had more feedback obviously after the event than during. But I think when it's during, we were firing off the matches one after the other so quick that it's difficult for people to jump on and say something.
Right.
I think that if anything, I would probably just change that. I would just kind of almost slow down the pace. And I would definitely add more combat jiu-jitsu matches. I think this event was a big learning experience in that a lot of people talk shit that they think they're hot shit when it comes to their grappling game. But when it's time to literally put their money where their mouth is, it's not that real.
Speaking of, shout out to Dylan Gordon, the hefty lefty.
Yeah, what did he yell at us? What did he?
He took the fight the night before at 10:30 at night.
Right.
Was fishing while that was happening.
Right.
And then stopped at Taco Bell on his way home.
Stupid move, homie. Stupid move. But yeah, he came in and he took the match. I mean, I think that's probably the best way to take a match. Last minute, you don't have time to think. Like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yep.
But it was a super fight. He got a super fight. He wasn't part of the tournament. So he didn't have anything to lose anyway. It's just a match. It's like when you're talking about it costs $150 to get in, then that's different.
Right.
And it's like, that's what blows my mind.
No, he was in the tournament.
No.
Yes.
He did the super match. He did the super fight, didn't he?
No, he was in the tournament. I think he lost to Danny Collazo. First match.
You're right. He did compete against Danny Collazo. Man, you lost $150, homie. Like, listen, $150. I would do $150 to try and go up against Danny. That'd be a fun match. He's good. He's a good kid though too. So it'd be fun to go up against someone who's willing to push the pace like
aggressive.
that. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is that he told me other people were talking about he was the only person that when he came in to the gym, he was all business. He was all business from the second he walked into the gym. There was headphones on, just focused, no bullshitting around, no shaking hands, no nothing. He came in for business. And then when I talked to him afterwards, I was like, hey, man, awesome job. I thought it was great matches, whatever. I'm like, we kept on making the comment of you can tell he's a student of Wagner Rocha. He's like, you know what's funny is Wagner called me up right before, and he said, you get in their motherfucking face. You get in their face every time. I don't know if he cursed or not. He probably cursed, but whatever. He's like, you get in their fucking face. You like, it doesn't matter who it is. You get in their face. You stay aggressive the entire time. So like, yeah, that's what you have to do in those kinds of tournaments.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, he pushed the pace every
match
time.
Between him and Yuri.
If Yuri hadn't been in the tournament, I would say that the fights would have gone Danny versus Chris Dempsey in the final. I think that's the way that it would have ended because I can't see anybody else that would have given Danny as hard of a time as Yuri. And that match with Yuri was tough. That went for a long time.
You know,
it went for like 20 minutes.
And you know who was way, I was not expecting to be as dominating as he was Samilia.
Ricky Samilia? Yeah, Ricky definitely put on a show. I think for sure he's probably hurting a little bit from trying to sneak out of the guillotines and everything. But he definitely pushed the pace. I was surprised at his strength.
Yeah.
I was really surprised.
He's got that wiry surfer strength. I don't know if he surfs, but if you've ever rolled with a surfer, their whole body is a muscle and can work as one.
Speaking of rolling with the surfer, you saw who's back in the USADA test pool? Luke Rockhold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's back in the pool.
I didn't know he retired.
Yeah, that was the thing. He retired. After the last fight, he was technically retired, and now he's back. I forget what weight class he said he was going to go into. It'd be fun to see. I mean, I've always been a fan of Rockhold.
I'm starting to think a lot of these guys that were good, they were the first generation of fighters to come up knowing everything.
Yeah.
But the fighters that are now the best fighters on the planet have got what they've got plus.
Well, they got all the experience based off of what they their previous
what they built off that generation. So it's there's been I'd say there was maybe 4 generations of MMA fighters. You have the first generation, which is the Hoist Gracies, the Ken Shamrocks. Then you have, to me, a second generation, which is Tito's and the Icemans.
Shogun, Vanderlei.
That's the second wave. Third wave is DC, John Jones.
Right. And then you got the Connors and the...
Yeah, they're kind of...
Uriah Halls and all that.
The Connors and the Uriah Halls are the bridge to the people who are there now that are
Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shawn.
Right.
Though he got beat. I don't know what happened.
He
I don't know if it was the calf kick.
I think it was the calf kick just shut down in his ankles and it kind of snapped.
Cuz he's kind of delicate down there, his
or
legs.
He's skinny. He's a skinny dude.
But not even him, but what's his name? Calvin Cater and
yeah.
Maybe not him so much, but there's a lot of these guys that are now they've been doing this for a long time and at a high level, doing everything good, not just one aspect of
right.
MMA.
Well, it's no longer a specialty of whether you were a wrestler that built striking or a grappler that built striking. like a jiu-jitsu guy that got some striking, or maybe you were just the Muay Thai striking guy that started getting jiu-jitsu and wrestling. It's like now it's everybody is all rounded as much as possible. And you still get guys that are specialists. Like, man, I'm trying to think of like how many people you can think of. But I mean, you get like Zabit. You get the what's the new guy, the one that fought like 2 weeks in a row.
Oh yeah.
Like he just got his like blue belt.
By the way, have you seen 254?
I have no clue what you're talking
UFC 254, the card.
No.
Pull it up.
I saw that Glover's out of the fight because he tested positive for the COVID. UFC Overeem versus Sakai is going to be pretty good.
No, UFC 254.
253.
Nope, 254.
253 is going to be good.
254 is going to blow it away.
It doesn't go up that high.
Yes, it does. Put in 254 there.
I saw that Gilbert's going to be fighting Kamaru in December. UFC 254. Khabib against Gaethje.
Keep going.
Yeah. Volkov against Walt Harris. Whitaker against Jared Cannonier, which will be just Robert Whitaker winning that one. Zabit against Yair. That's going to be a good one. Cynthia Cavillo versus Lauren Murphy. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Sergey Morozov. Rafael Dos Anjos against Islam Makhachev. That's going to be a good fight.
And the last one is the co-main event they just added.
Daeun Jung versus Sam Alvey. And Tony Ferguson against Dustin Poirier.
That's going to be the co-main. It just got signed. So you got Khabib main event. You got Poirier and Ferguson co-main. You got Zabit, Yair. Like this is a stacked card.
I don't know if I would say stacked,
What?
but it's a pretty good card.
What?
I don't think it's a stacked
How
card.
are you gonna undersell that? That is a stacked card.
Because, like, Volkov against Walt Harris doesn't excite me. Like, Jared Cannonier is not going to...
He's been on a tear.
Yeah, but I think Whitaker still takes him.
I don't
Zabit
know.
will be a good fight. Zabit versus...
Yair.
See, like, Zabit against Yair
That's a main
should be...
event.
Yeah, it's a main event, if not a co-main event.
But not on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But it's a fight night main
No,
event.
for sure they could be a pay-per-view. See, that's the thing. Like, it's guys like that I think...
Poirier and Ferguson is a main event.
Yeah.
For a pay-per-view.
I just think that you got to give these two. I bet you that the Zabit fight is going to be more exciting than the Tony Ferguson against Dustin fight. That's what I say. But if we go back, let me go back because now I want to see a 253. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze like crazy. Give me 253. Like Adesanya against Paulo Costa. Reyes against Blachowicz.
Yeah.
Claudia what? What do you... Oh, yeah. I mean, they're only fighting for the vacant title. Yeah.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is meh. Blachowicz is he's a truck or he's a punching bag sometimes. Dominic Reyes.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He's lost one fight since 2017.
To who?
To Thiago Santos, who also fought for the title.
Right.
He beat Luke Rockhold, Jacare, Corey Anderson when Corey Anderson was going on the tear. Like, Jimmy Manuwa's like, whatever, right? Jimmy Manuwa lost his chin a while ago. Like, the last big loss other than Thiago Santos was Patrick Cummings and Gustafsson, and that was like 2016 when Gustafsson still had a little bit left in him. So, I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I don't agree with it.
And then Dominic Reyes coming off a loss.
You got Hakeem Dawood against Zubaira Tukugov. That's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, it's not.
Sanchez against Jake Matthews, whatever. I really kind of lost my urge to watch Diego Sanchez. Like, it's not an amazing
near
card.
254.
No, for sure. But I think you know what's happening now? I think they're kind of starting to tap the well dry because they're trying to get the cards out there, and everyone's so mean, you can only get the guys from the U.S., really, you know. So they're starting to tap the well dry. Here you got Colby Covington against Tyrone Woodley, which that's going to be fun.
What is that on?
That's 2 weeks from now. UFC Fight Night. Mackenzie Dern against Randa Marcos, which, oh, man, that's going to be an easy night again for Mackenzie.
I don't know. Randa Marcos is tough.
10-9-1. She ain't that tough.
But she is a tough. Like,
you
she's
can be
a
as
tough girl.
You can be as tough as you want. You still get choked out.
What's the other fight?
Which
second
one?
Fight?
This one?
Yeah.
Shamil Abdurakhimov against Cyril Gain. Whatever.
Is that Rakhimov? Is that the guy that just fought like 2 weeks in a row?
No, I don't think it's him. That's I'll tell you, it's like something with a CH. Like this one will be good. Like Overeem against Sakai, that's gonna be a good one. OSP kind of over OSP against Alonzo Menfield. I think they're trying to feed OSP to Alonzo. Sajara Eubanks, who's been doing really good against Carol Rosa, who's also been doing good. Like, yeah, it's one of those things. I think like they can't even go that far ahead because you never know what's gonna happen. But I mean, it won't matter once we get the vaccine in 2 weeks.
I think Gagey has got the best chance of beating Khabib more than anybody else.
For sure. I think it's the train wreck that you would need to have to stop the finesse of Khabib.
Well, they're the same fighter. They both come forward no matter what.
Well, I also think that I'm trying to think who else did Khabib fight that had close to his high level of wrestling? Because it's not Tony.
It was the kid from Long Island. Took him the distance.
Took him to the distance.
I'll
tell you right now. Let's see. You know what I didn't know? I didn't know that Brian Ortega changed gyms.
I didn't know. I thought he fought out of his garage.
No, I don't think so. Let's see, Khabib. MJ. Oh, Al Iaquinta.
Al Iaquinta.
Yeah. Pat Healy, Gleason Tebow.
Gleason was a tough one.
Gleason took him pretty far. But see, here's the thing, man. With Gaethje almost got taken out by what's his face? A friend of ours. Oh my gosh, can't believe I can't remember his name. Trained at the Black Zillions. He took him on like a 1 week, 2 week notice. Oh, freaking A. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, Luis Firmino, right? Yeah. Buscape. Yeah, Buscape took him on like a 1 week notice and almost like took him out.
Jay-Z too.
Yeah, he almost took him out. So
yeah, but that was before Gaethje. Like after Gaethje found his legs in the UFC.
Yeah, once he got his role, he was kind of good.
Who did he lose to right in the beginning? He lost to
Eddie Alvarez and lost to Dustin Poirier. But man, like if you look at it, like from his first fight, KO, TKO, TKO, decision, submission, KO, TKO, 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 KO, TKO. Like man, he has been crushing it. So it's the closest of a real challenge that Khabib is gonna get, but it'll be good, man. So all right,
like I think it's a better matchup than Ferguson.
Yeah, for sure. But it's also kind of like I'm over trying to hear Khabib against Tony Ferguson. That ship sailed like 4 years ago. All right, why don't we do this to cap it off for the night? Let's get some calls for the matches coming up for BJJ Bet this weekend. Marigali against Leandro Lo.
I want to go low.
Low? I'm going to go Marigali. I think Marigali's got the chutzpah. They got what it takes.
He's a big kid too.
Yeah. Santos against Pena. Yeah. I think we agree on that one. Old school. Braga against Barbosa.
I'll take whoever you're not taking. I'll take Braga.
Okay, I was gonna go with Barbosa anyway, so that works out. Chandra Rivera against Wagner Rocha.
Oh, that's the hard one.
I'm going Wagner. I am going Wagner. I'm on hashtag Team Wagner.
Well, it's not that I'm not on hashtag Team Wagner. If we're talking,
Sounds like you're not on hashtag Team Wagner.
no, I like it's like.
Are you not on hashtag Team Wagner right now?
I'm a fan of the man, and I'm a fan of his jiu-jitsu, and I think he's a great. But Bjj Bet is an incredible jiu-jitsu practitioner.
So you're not on hashtag Team Wagner right now. I just want you to say it out of your donkey lips. You're not on hashtag Team Wagner right now.
I can't go against Jondi. I can't.
Say it. I want you to say the words.
I'm not saying the words, but I can't go against Jondi.
So you're going with Chandra Rivera.
I'll go with Jondi just because I can't go against him. Guy's a legend.
All right. So's Wagner, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, but when
Gregor Gracie against Sasaki Bayense.
I'll go Gregor.
I think I'll go with you on this one. No. Yeah. You know what? For the hell of it, I'll go with Isaac. Because it's not it's not a Gracie event, so it'll be fine. Cyborg against Kanan.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I'm going to go with Cyborg.
Is Cyborg going to big brother him?
I don't know if he can big brother Kanan as much, but I'm definitely going on with Cyborg on this one. I think, because you know what? I haven't seen anything about the rules, so I don't know what the rule set is. I'm assuming it's IBJJF style rules. If that's the case, I would give it still to Cyborg just because he can play the rule.
Cyborg. I'm going Cyborg. I just wanted to talk it out for a second.
Okay. So I think it'll be pretty good. So if you guys want to check it out, bjjbet.com. They're not sponsoring us. I don't think they even know who we are, but I'm out here to try to support the Jiu-Jitsu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for us. Make sure you follow the podcast, hit the subscribe button and the notification button. Also, we're all over the place. Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts. We're at Stitcher. A bunch of other places.
We're on Spotify?
We're on Spotify. I said that was the first one. Spotify.
Yeah,
we're on Spotify. We were on Spotify before Rogan was on Spotify.
Rogan's Johnny come
So, you're welcome, bro.
We paved the way for you, Joe.
Well, technically, that's 10% you owe us. So,
of $100 million.
So, what's that?
10 million.
I could do so much cocaine with 10 million. No, I mean, I could do so much with 10 million. No. See? Why did I mention cocaine? Your dog comes running up with his white nose here. Right, Petey buddy? Don't forget to check out all our sponsors. Choke Aloha, Giraffe Choke, and Jiu-Jitsu Soap Coast. Thank you so much for all the support. And we are out.
You kidding me,
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time